It's 1989. The world of performance cars is about to be turned on its head. While European supercars were busy being flashy and expensive, a monster was quietly being born in Japan. A car so technologically advanced, so brutally effective, that it didn't just win races, annihilated them. This is the story of the Nissan Skyline GTR R32, the legend we know and love as Godzilla. To understand the R32, we have to go back a bit. The GTR nameplate had been dormant for 16 years. Nissan needed a new hero for Group A racing, a class that required manufacturers to build road-going versions of their race cars. The engineers were given a simple, yet monumental task: create a car that could dominate the track. No compromises. They started with a clean slate. The heart of the beast was the now legendary R32 6D ET engine, a 2.6-liter, twin-turbocharged inlet. Officially, it was rated at 276 horsepower, due to a gentleman's agreement among Japanese automakers. But everyone knew the truth. This engine was a sleeping giant, capable of handling immense power with just a few modifications. It was built for battle, with a cast iron block, individual throttle bodies for each cylinder, and 2 ceramic turbochargers that spooled up with incredible urgency. The sound it made was a symphony of mechanical perfection, a deep, guttural growl that promised immense power. But a great engine is nothing without a chassis to handle it, and this is where the R32 truly rewrote the rulebook. Nissan developed one of the most sophisticated all-wheel drive systems. Never seen the That's a mouthful. But what it stands for is Advanced Total Traction Engineering System for All-Terrain with Electronic Torque Split. In simple terms, it was a game changer. Unlike other all-wheel drive systems of the time that were heavy and prone to understeer, Atessa was rear-wheel drive biased. Under normal driving, 100% of the power went to the rear wheels, giving it the lively feel of a traditional sports car. But the moment the sensors detected any slip, a multi-plate clutch in the center differential would instantly and seamlessly send up to 50% of the torque to the front wheels. This gave the R32 the best of both worlds: the agility of a rear-wheel drive car and the unshakable grip of an all-wheel drive one. And they didn't stop there. Nissan also equipped the R32 with a 4-wheel steering system called Super Haikas. At high speeds, the rear wheels would turn slightly in the same direction as the front wheels for stability. At lower speeds, they'd turn in the opposite direction for sharper, more agile cornering. An advanced engine, a revolutionary all-wheel drive system, and 4-wheel steering. In 1989, this was sci-fi stuff. This was a car that thought. It actively helped you go faster, correcting your mistakes and pushing the limits of physics. The result of all this technology: absolute domination. When the R32 hit the racetrack in the Japanese Touring Car Championship, it was a massacre. It won every single race it entered. 29 wins from 29 starts for 4 consecutive seasons. It was so dominant that the competition simply gave up. The Australian press, stunned by this Japanese monster, crushing their local heroes like the Ford Sierra and Holden Commodore, gave it the nickname that would stick forever: Godzilla. The R32's dominance wasn't just in Japan. It went to the legendary Spa 24 Hours race in Belgium and won. It went to the Macau Grand Prix and won. It went to Australia's most famous race, the Bathurst 1000, and won 2 years in a row, much to the dismay of local fans. The car was so good that Group A racing regulations were effectively changed to outlaw it. They literally had to change the rules because no one else could compete. If that's not a badge of honor, I don't know what. But the R32 wasn't just a race car. It was a car you could buy and drive on the street. And it was brilliant. The looks are timeless. It's purposeful, muscular, and aggressive without being over the top. Those flared wheel arches, that simple but effective rear wing, the quad-round taillights that would become a GTR signature. It's a design that screams performance without shouting. Inside, it was typical of a Latati's Japanese car. Lots of gray plastic, but it was functional and driver. The seats hugged you tight. The steering wheel was perfectly sized. And the gauges gave you all the information you needed, including a torque split gauge so you could watch the Atessa system work its magic in real time. It was a cockpit, not a luxury lounge. It was a place for the serious business of driving. Driving an R32 today is an incredible experience. It feels surprisingly modern. The steering is direct, the chassis is balanced, and the way it puts power down is just mind-blowing. You can feel the car working with you. The rear-biased nature, letting you play with the throttle. And the front wheels pulling you out of corners with unbelievable traction. It's a car that inspires immense confidence. You feel like a hero behind the wheel. And then there's the tuning potential. The RB26 DETT is one of the most tunable engines ever made. It became the foundation of a global tuning culture. People quickly discovered that with a few simple mods, a new exhaust, a boost controller, and a remaf, you could easily push the power well over 400 horsepower. Go for bigger turbos and forged internals, and the sky was the limit. 600, 800, even over 1,000 horsepower became achievable, turning these street cars into genuine supercar killers. The R32 was a blank canvas for enthusiasts to create their ultimate performance machine. This is why the R32 is so important. It wasn't just a car, it was a revolution. It brought motorsport technology to the streets in a way no one had before. It challenged the European hierarchy and proved that Japan could build a car that could beat the best in the world. Not just for a fraction of the price, but on any road or any track. It was the star of video games like Gran Turismo, introducing a whole new generation of kids around the world to the magic of JDM culture. For many of us, the R32 was a poster on our bedroom wall. It was the car we dreamed of owning. Now, thanks to import laws, that dream is a reality for many. And while they're not the bargains they once were, owning a piece of this history is something special. It's a connection to a golden era of engineering. A time when a car company dared to build something truly extraordinary. The Nissan Skyline GTR R32 is more than just a car. It's a cultural icon, a technological masterpiece, a racing legend. It's Godzilla, the monster from Japan that changed the performance car world forever. And for that, it will always have a special place in our hearts. Thanks so much for watching. What are your favorite memories of the R32? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories about the greatest cars ever made. See you in the next one.